What's up, Steelers Nation? As always, the Pittsburgh Steelers are working day in and day out to sharpen every part of this roster and build a team that can compete and win in 2025. This offseason has been a roller coaster. But one thing is clear: the front office is pushing to perfect this team in every way possible. Before we dive into today's huge update, and trust me, it's a big one, go ahead and smash that like button. And if you love talking Steelers, football as much as we do, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you never miss a breaking story. Let's get into it. Right now, the Pittsburgh Steelers are towing a fine line between confidence and chaos. Why? Because the franchise is still locked in what feels like a never-ending waiting game with one of the most legendary quarterbacks in NFL history, Aaron Rodgers. Yep, the future Hall of Famer and four-time MVP is still on the market, and the Steelers remain his most likely destination. But the clock is ticking, and ticking loudly. We've been talking about this for over a month. Fans are getting restless. The team needs clarity, and according to reports from around the league, the deadline may be approaching faster than we think. NFL insider Tom Pelissero recently spoke about the situation on the Rich Eisen show, and he didn't hold back. "We've already hit what I thought was midnight on this Rodgers saga more than once," Pelissero said. "League meetings passed. The draft came and went. Still no decision." He added that the next key checkpoint? Minicamp. And that's coming very soon. Rodgers has already missed voluntary workouts. He's not expected at OTAs starting next week. If he misses minicamp as well, things get real murky for Pittsburgh's offseason plans. So where does that leave the Steelers' quarterback room? Well, right now it's thin. Mason Rudolph is currently projected as the Week 1 starter. Skylar Thompson is a developmental piece. And sixth-round pick Will Howard, while promising, is a project. Let's be honest, this trio doesn't scream playoff football in 2025. Rodgers would instantly elevate this group, not just as a starter, but as a mentor. His presence would fast-track Howard's development and help Rudolph sharpen his game. But if Rodgers doesn't sign, that brings us to a very interesting twist. If Rodgers walks away from the deal, the Steelers already have a plan B. According to former Steelers insider Ed Bouchette, the name to watch is Carson Wentz. Yep, Wentz. Speaking on 93.7 The Fan, Bouchette said, "I could see them signing a guy like Carson Wentz to be the backup. Go with those three guys, Howard, Rudolph, and Wentz, and just muddle through this year. Regroup and see what you can do next year for a quarterback." Wentz, who was Patrick Mahomes' backup last season, does come with baggage. But he's also got real experience. 47 wins as a starter, a Super Bowl ring, thanks to Nick Foles finishing what he started, and nearly 4,000 passing yards as recently as 2021. He's not Aaron Rodgers, but if Pittsburgh's only option is to go the stopgap route, Wentz could be a decent Band-Aid. Now let's shift gears because QB isn't the only problem. The Steelers are also facing serious depth issues at wide receiver. After trading George Pickens to the Cowboys, the only real proven weapon on the outside is DK Metcalf, who, to be fair, was a huge addition. Metcalf will be the WR1 without a doubt, and there's optimism around Calvin Austin III, who's looked sharp in off-season workouts. But that's still not enough firepower for a team that wants to push into playoff territory. With several veteran receivers still floating in free agency, it wouldn't be surprising if Omar Khan makes another move to bolster the unit. The offense needs more than just Metcalf and potential. It needs production. Here's the bottom line. Steelers Nation, time is not on our side. Rodgers is 41 years old, entering his 21st NFL season. If he really wants to make one last run at glory, it needs to start now. And if he wants to do it in Pittsburgh, with Metcalf, a bruising run game, and one of the best defenses in football, then now is the time to get in the building. The further we go into the offseason without Rodgers showing up, the harder it becomes for this team to gel. Timing, rhythm, chemistry, all that matters, especially in a new system under Arthur Smith. And look, if Rodgers decides to sign in June, there's still time. But he's not just delaying a decision for himself. He's delaying the entire Steelers offense from getting the reps they need. If he doesn't come, well, buckle up, because Mason Rudolph versus Carson Wentz versus Will Howard is going to be one of the wildest and maybe messiest QB competitions we've seen in a long time. The last few seasons have felt like deja vu. We start cold, find our groove late, or we start hot, then crash and burn in the final stretch. It's a roller coaster, and fans are tired of it. Think about it. In 2024, we came out swinging, starting 3-0. The defense was elite. The offense? Not so much. Still, we fought, but then came the tailspin. 4 straight losses to end the regular season. That hurt. The year before that? A 3-game collapse in December to some of the worst teams in the league. And who can forget 2020, starting 11-0 just to fade away? But here's the good news. 2025 might finally be different, and I'm going to tell you why. The schedule is built for a hot start. The Steelers' first 4 games before the bye week are golden. We're talking about a lineup of teams with uncertain quarterback situations, shaky offenses, and brand new systems. Week 1, New York Jets, Justin Fields under center. You guys know the story. He's turnover prone, especially under pressure, and who knows how he'll respond emotionally playing against the team that moved on from him. Week 2, Seattle Seahawks, Sam Darnold leading the offense. Enough said. A quarterback who hasn't stuck anywhere, now facing our defense. That's a win opportunity. Week 3, New England Patriots, rookie QB Drake. May likely getting the start. Talented? Sure. But throwing him against the Steelers' defense in just his 3rd game as a pro? That's a welcome gift for TJ Watt and Minkah Fitzpatrick. Week 4, Minnesota Vikings, probably led by rookie J.J. McCarthy. Another first-year guy stepping into Acrisure Stadium. Steelers' defense is licking its chops. As former Steelers linebacker, Arthur Moats said on his YouTube channel, "How many times have we said here in Pittsburgh, the defense is going to get us up out of this thing?" In any of these games, who are we saying that their defense is better than the Steelers' defense? He's absolutely right. There is no reason the Steelers shouldn't be 4-0 heading into that early Week 5 bye. And if we play our cards right, it could set the tone for the rest of the season. Defense is the key. Once again, through the first 3 games of 2024, the Steelers' defense was unmatched, holding opponents to under 9 points per game, forcing 6 turnovers, and dominating the line of scrimmage. And in 2025, we might see it again. Every one of these early QBs, Fields, Darnold, May, McCarthy, they all have something in common: mistakes. Whether it's fumbles, bad decisions under pressure, or just inexperience, these guys aren't ready to face one of the nastiest defenses in football. As Moats also said, all of these first 4 teams, to me, are going to be turning that football over. And that's something we have consistently seen the Steelers have success at doing. And that's what separates Pittsburgh. We win with turnovers, field position, and timely pressure. But let's not get too comfortable. Now, let me be crystal clear. We can't afford to take any of these teams lightly. Yes, Fields is inconsistent, but he's coming into Week 1 with a serious chip on his shoulder. He's got something to prove. And you better believe he circled that Steelers game on his calendar. He's going to want to show Omar Khan, Mike Tomlin, and every one of us that we gave up on him too soon. Same with guys like May and McCarthy. Young, unproven, but also dangerous in their unpredictability. One big play, one busted coverage, and the game can flip fast. That's why execution matters. That's why coaching, preparation, and focus will make all the difference. Here's the cold truth. If the Steelers don't start fast, the season could spiral. Why? Because the second half of the schedule is brutal. Coming out of the Week 5 bye, we face Cleveland Browns at home, Green Bay, Packers, Los Angeles Chargers, Buffalo Bills, Detroit Lions. That's a murderer's row of playoff-caliber teams. Dropping 2 to 3 games before the bye, that's not an option. So those first 4 games, Jets, Seahawks, Patriots, Vikings, they're more than just winnable. They're must-wins. A 4-0 start gives this team margin for error down the stretch. A slow start? It's déjà vu all over again. All right, Steelers fans, now it's your turn. I want to hear from you. Should the Steelers keep waiting on Aaron Rodgers, or should they move on and sign a guy like Carson Wentz now? Would you feel confident going into the season with Mason Rudolph under center? And are you okay with the wide receiver room as it stands? Or should the front office go hunting for another vet? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one, and you guys always bring the heat. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more Steelers news, and hit that bell so you never miss an update. We've got a long offseason ahead, and I'll be here breaking down every rumor, every trade, and every quarterback twist. Thanks for watching, and as always, here we go, Steelers.